All right, so I am Brandon Culpepper, and today we have Ambrose Brown from Sky Schools in Muskego. I wanted to definitely thank you for taking this opportunity to be with us here at Pep Nation as we expose the young people to the variety of careers and paths to success. So if you don't mind just repeating your first and last name for us.
Sorry, I'm muted.
That's okay.
Ambrose WB or Wilson Brown. All my friends from pre-college call me Brown, so that's how I know Pep knows me from high school.
Okay.
But Ambrose Wilson Brown.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. And then Ambrose, what middle school, preschool, grade school did you attend?
Yeah, so grade school was out of state in Pennsylvania, but came back for middle school at St. Bernadette's
Okay.
or St. B's as we called it. Used to be off of 76 in Denver on the northwest side.
Okay. Okay. Very good. And then outside of St. Bernadette, did you play any sports in middle school by chance?
Yeah, so I didn't know my sixth grade year. I didn't know they had a football team. So I didn't play my sixth grade year. That's my only year I didn't play football growing up. I played seventh and eighth grade for St. Bernadette. They had a football league as well.
Yeah, I remember. I played in that league too. And with Mark,
yeah. What team were you on?
I was the Cardinals.
Yeah, so I was on the Packers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. I forgot about that.
We rolled over you guys a number of times. It was a good. So after middle school, what high school did you go to, Ambrose?
I went to Dominican high school.
Okay, very good. And that's obviously where we met. You play any sports in Dominican, any extracurricular activities?
Yeah, so football and extracurriculars. I think I did stage crew for a couple of years, behind the scenes. A lot of volunteering through Dominican. No choir, no band. Stage crew, football and track.
Football and track. Okay, very good. Just repeating that you played football and track, we had a little signal block there. And then after high school.
Yeah, let me get off my Wi-Fi on my phone.
Okay. No worries. Okay. And then after high school, post high school, what happened? Did you get a scholarship? Did you walk on to school? What happened after high school?
Yeah, like most young dudes, I was getting my hopes up for play football in college. I got some scholarships for football and for track, and got injured my senior year, so that things got a little bit bleak a while, but ended up getting picked up by Valparaiso University, so a D1 AA non-scholarship school, which that means is that I got academic scholarships and grants that allowed me to go play football down in Indiana.
Okay, very good. And how was that experience? Was it a good time? Were you injury prone in college, or were you able to break out and really show your true colors?
That's a great question. So I honestly did not live to my potential, I don't believe. I think every athlete says that to some extent. So I was a redshirt freshman, had a great freshman year. Started as a redshirt sophomore. So my sophomore year in school, my redshirt freshman year, I started. By that next year, it got a little bit big-headed, knuckle-headed, lost my spot, became a role player. But they won a championship, got a ring out of it, and ended up coaching football directly after playing football in college.
Okay, very good. So after college, you played football. What was your major in college?
I studied sports management right away, and then picked up history. So I was a double major, history and sports management.
Okay, very good. So after college, you coached. You had finished both of your degrees. Then what happened? You coached for a couple years, student coaching, or what?
Yeah, so I coached football 2 years down in Indiana, a school called Bishop Noel Institute. And I came and coached 2 years at Dominican High School for 2 years as well. All that whole time I was already working. So I had a hard time finding work after college, graduating and coming back to Milwaukee during the recession. So I actually worked where I used to work in high school at Playmakers. And I was coaching football, obviously. And also had a job personal training. I got certified personal trainer to become a football. It took me 2 years before I found full-time work as a personal trainer. And then 2 years after that, I started my own company, Muskego, in my early 20s.
Okay. So you started Miss Bebo in your early 20s. Tell us what Miss Bebo is.
Yeah, so got the logo on. Miss People is a healthy lifestyle company. So we do three things or have three areas of focus. Well, four now. I've been doing nonprofit work, but exercise, nutrition, mindset, and social emotional learning. So me, I'm a coach, but I create learning experiences for children, parents, executives, and coaches to become their best self through coaching practices. So breathing techniques, meal prep, and also how to work with other people.
Could you go through those four components of the business again? We're getting bad signal for a second.
Yeah, so the first one's exercise, as I started off as a personal trainer. That's what I first started doing. The second was nutrition. That came a little bit later. The third one's mindset. I also call it mental performance coaching. And the fourth one is social emotional learning. I primarily do now as a nonprofit professional with Sky Schools.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Well, so Ambrose, you know, obviously you've been a part of Pep Nation, a part of our board. It sounds like you've done some incredible things in a short time since you've been here. You're still working. What are your goals, you know, going forward?
Great question. So I've been doing this thing called a retrospective, where I don't actually write goals anymore. I used to do that a lot in my 20s. So every year I look back at what went well and what can be improved on, and I look forward the next year with opportunities. So I like to reframe my goal setting as opportunities. So right now my main opportunity is liberation. I'm a practicing Buddhist and also as a coach. So liberation meaning, how do I help people free their minds, right? And I mean that, how do you control your emotions? How do you control your negative thoughts through your body, right? And how does that liberation help you then do whatever it is that you want to do? So my one word for 2021 is liberation. And it's probably be my practice of choice for a while. Looking at this whole world through a different lens based upon 2020. So I see myself still coaching, working with more people, more sports teams to get back into sports, and also more in the world of executives and people like Brandon who lead other people.
For sure, for sure. Well, that's awesome, man. And then if there's any advice you can give for the young people that are watching, you know, as far as following their goals, or if they decide to follow your suit, you know, what would that be?
Great question. Trying to put myself back into my high school days. I would say study, you know, research. You know, we didn't have Google, you know, when we were 13, 14, even 15, 16 years old. So it's a lot of information, right? So maybe it's information overload to a certain extent. But I started studying when I had to study when I was in college, picking up history. So you see something that you want to be or someone that you want to be like, you can study that person. You can watch videos like this with PeppTV. You can go on Google, you can look at interviews. If you do enough of that study and you start hearing the same thing said over and over and over again, and you won't know what it's like until you experience it. But the more that you study, the more when you experience it, you'll be like, oh, that's that thing that Brandon said, or that's the thing that so-and-so said. So I would say study and study yourself, right? Study what it is that you want to do and what you want to be, so that when you see it, it's like you've already been there before.
I like that. I like that. Well, this is great, man. This is going to be our first year's introduction videos, and following the introduction videos, we'll do another that goes more in depth. Following that, it'll be a series where the kids can actually have Q&A with you and others regarding either sports or entrepreneurship. Their interest falls a lot in entrepreneurship and cooking and things of that nature. So again, I'm very thankful for you taking the time to come on with us here at PeppTV, and we look forward to doing more working with you, Ambrose.
Awesome. Peace.